Hola, familia. Buenos dias. It's funny because I hear so many YouTubers talk to people as fam. Hey fam. But in my case, it's literal. You guys are all literally my family. Which, speaking of family, Austin, brother, I didn't mean to leave you out when I was inviting Shayna to my home, saying her sisters and her mom and everything. I didn't mean to leave out her brother. You always have a seat at my table, my friend. So anyway, I wanted to continue the who are they, and I'm going to let you look forward because you can't see me anyway. It's all dark and, I've seen enough of my face. So the video that I did previously about who they are, I was describing the church, families that are prominent within the Catholic Church, the Holy Roman Catholic Church. This is the head of the snake. This is the powerhouse of the push for a one world government. They want to rule the world. In fact, the word Catholic, well, anyway, the Pope is the head of the church, right? So you may not know. In fact, I'm going to unload a whole bunch of shit that you've probably never heard of before right here. But I'm telling you, this is what's going on. So the Pope, there's more than one Pope. Most people don't know that. The Pope that we see on TV all the time, that's always the front man for the church is he's a Jesuit, by the way. This current Pope that we have is very likely to be the last Pope, but this is the first time we've ever had a Jesuit as Pope. Also, I made a mistake in that previous video. I was talking about how they elect a Pope, and the council that elects the Pope is called the College of Cardinals. I watched that video and I said Cardinal of Bishops, which is meaningless. It's the College of Cardinals. The Cardinals are the top ranking guys. So anyway, there's the white Pope is a figurehead, but there's also a black Pope. Now this is the head of the Jesuits. And like I said before, the Jesuits are sort of the military arm of the Vatican. They're a very important part of the Vatican. So the head, the general, I think they call it the Supreme General or something like that is his title of the Jesuits. He is the black Pope. Now this dude outranks the white Pope, Pope Francis, that evil little bastard. So there's also a gray Pope. Now the gray Pope, all those family names that I mentioned, those can collectively, I mentioned the Aldobrandini's and Orsini and Borgia, Farnese, Columna. There's these families. They're collectively known as the black nobility. You can look that up. And not black because they're African. They don't. It's not about melanated skin. It's about the darkness in their hearts, because they're just evil motherfuckers and just. So. The Jesuits, wait a minute, let me back up. The families, these families that make up, that hold the power of the world, right? It was during the 1500s, after the Reformation of the church, and all these families, and they're drawing all the lines of Europe, they're distributing the wealth, and it kind of got passed around, but all these people that were affiliated with the church, these big families, they were, oh goodness, it's so hard to sum this up into a little thing. I could talk for hours about this. Let me say this, the world is owned by these people, literally, not just through corporations, the BlackRock and Vanguard having controlling interest or largest shareholding voting stake in all these major corporations, but they literally just own everything. They, like in America, and this is one that I'll get a lot of pushback against when I talk to people, because they don't know. And maybe I'm wrong, who knows? I could be wrong about everything. But it's the Columna family. This is one of the big families. They are the reason, they basically own America. Now, at least the big cities, California and states, California and New York, our most populated states with our largest cities, are definitely owned by the Columna family. And this is why Colombia, this is why Christopher Columbus is given so much prop up and credit for everything, and why we have Columbia University and the Columbus River and Columbus, Ohio, and Columbus. It's because of this family, the Columna family. And you can look them up, and you can look up the Orsinis and all that. And now these families feel they have the power. Okay, wait a minute. They could trace their family lines all the way back to Babylon and even to Egypt. There's the story of Nimrod. This Orsini family is said to be descendants of Nimrod. And let me stretch that further forward into time. They go back to Nimrod in Egypt and through Babylon and then Rome and all that stuff. But going forward, they are currently, the Orsini family, everybody thinks I'm crazy when I talk about this, but I'm telling you, this is likely the situation. The Rothschilds, the family that owns the World Bank, they're very famously one of the wealthiest families in the world. They were the Orsini family. Orsini, etymology, the roots of words. When you follow etymology, that's where you start finding truth. You find origins of language and the true meanings of things. So Orsini means, I forget, red bear or something like that, little bear, but it has something to do with red. And then Rothschild is a German word, means red shield, which they're Germans. They were their name was Bauer prior to becoming Rothschild. So Red Shield, and they were given this role of being the banking family by the church. There's a thing in Catholicism where they're not allowed to charge interest. It's a sin called usury. So in order to get around that, they used Jewish folks as their bankers, as their accountants. They called them court Jews or Hofjuden. And so out of the Hofjuden grew the Rothschild dynasty. But again, that's an extension of the Orsini bloodline. And then the Rothschilds sort of morphed into the Rockefellers, the current modern family that runs America, owns much of America. They funded and were a big part of building the 9/11 towers. One of those towers is slightly taller because of the Rockefeller brothers. David was a little bit taller than we got Rockefeller Plaza in New York, and anything that the Rockefellers touch that they're a part of is dirty. Guarantee you it's named the opposite of what it actually does, and it's up to no good. Anything that the Rockefellers touch. Planned Parenthood is a good example. I'd like to do a whole thing on Planned Parenthood. But so the Rockefellers are the Rothschilds, or sponsored by the Rothschilds, division of the Rothschilds, which are a branch of or division of the Orsini family. And again, they date all the way back. The mythology of the church is another topic. What am I at here? 9 minutes. I'm almost done. Oh boy, it's the who are they is going to be a long one. But the Jesuits are kind of the top of the food chain. The head of the Jesuits is the Black Pope, who outranks the White Pope. And then there is the Gray Pope that is a family. Oh, it's not the Farneses. I'm pretty sure it's Orsini that has the Gray Pope. But look that stuff up. Look up Black Pope, and you'll see it's the general of the Jesuits. And it's hard to find stuff on the Gray Pope and these families, but you can find it. You can find that. In fact, I read an article that was kind of an autobiography, not an autobiography, but it had sort of the history of the family, and they themselves say that they trace their lineage back to Nimrod. All right, I'm over 10 minutes. Have a great day, family. Later.